Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is a deep clean with me video. I've got a lot of deep cleaning to do before we head out of town for a couple of weeks. So there's a lot of stuff I want to make sure that is cleaned right out so nothing gets smelly or yucky while we're gone. So if you're looking for some cleaning motivation today, you've come to the right place. Let's get started. So first things first, I made a list of all the things I wanted to get done before we went out of town. I have to tidy the pantry, clean the fridge, load the dishwasher, do laundry, clean the pantry. I wrote that twice on there. I have to clean the cat food area and just so many other things. So I'm going to try to do a bunch of the stuff in this video. It was a hectic day. I started the night before and then I also had to finish in the morning. I got up at like 4 a.m. to get a bunch of stuff before we hit the road because we were going to be hitting the road around noon. Alright, so I'm going to start with unloading the dishwasher. The kitchen luckily is pretty clean as it is, but I wanted to make sure everything was completely clean before we left town. So I want to make sure all of the dishes are totally done. The fridge is cleaned out. The stove top is clean. I was supposed to clean the microwave, but I totally forgot to do that in this video, so I'm gonna have to do that when I get home. But if you guys have like a bunch of stuff to take care of at home, I would jump in with me here, maybe make a list of all the things you want to do and just start tackling them. And I don't know what it is about going out of town, but it really gets my butt into gear and I get done so much more around my house than if we were to stay in town, because when we stay at home, I just feel like I have so much more time to do it, or I'm like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow or whatever. But if I know that we are going out of town, it's like a race against time to get everything done. And I am one of those people who like to come home to their house clean after being out of town. Like, who wants to walk in the door and like see a big mess that you need to clean up? Not me, that's for sure. So that's why I'm like mad dash trying to clean everything, get all of the laundry done, not only because I don't want to come home to a bunch of laundry, but also because we need to pack a lot of that stuff. So a lot of the kids' favorite clothes and stuff like that that they wear all the time, that all needs to be washed before we can start packing. Now, I hope that this voiceover sounds nice and clear for you guys, but I am doing it outside on the terrace at our hotel, and it's a little bit windy. The birds are chirping. There's the giant air conditioner from the hotel, like not too far away from me, but it was like the only place that I could find to do my voiceover that was nice and quiet. So I think it sounds pretty good, but just in case that's what's going on, I'm sitting outside of our hotel right now because, like I said, I filmed this video right before we left and now we are away, but I still wanted to get this video out for you guys. We actually have a couple more days of our trip left, and I did do a little bit of filming in one of our hotel rooms. We've been at two different hotels because we went to two different cities on this trip, and the one video I did do a little bit of like cleaning because we have a kitchenette and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see a video like that in our hotel doing cleaning and whatnot, let me know in the comments below. I wasn't quite sure if you guys would want to see that or not, but I think I would like to put that video out. Maybe I can get that out for you guys in the next couple of days before we head home. So just let me know down below if you want to see it. Okay, so now that I got the dishwasher unloaded and reloaded, all of the dishes are put away and clean. The sink is a little bit nasty here, so we're going to go ahead and put a bunch of soap in here and give it a really good scrub down. I'm going to scrub all of the edges under the lip of the countertop because that spot can get pretty nasty. When I was like a new mom and a new homeowner, I didn't even really ever clean under that lip, and it would get so black and gross in there. And you know, these are just things that you don't know when you're inexperienced, and then you start to learn these things as time goes on. So, I mean, I've been cleaning it now for many years, but I just still remember having to really deep clean it because it was so nasty there. So you can see here there's some residue and stuff coming out as I'm spraying along there. I loosened it up with my little scrubber and now we're just rinsing it all away. Alright, so the kitchen sink area is nice and clean. I'm just going to head over to the fridge because the fridge is really not so good. It's not as bad as it's been before, but there are items in here that are going to go bad for sure in the next couple of weeks. So I need to clean it out. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get the sink cleaned out. But now, unfortunately, I'm going to refill the sink because I am having to empty out some of these Tupperware containers and leftover containers and whatnot. So all of that stuff is going to come out. Usually I pull everything out of the fridge and then do a big deep clean, but I did that not long ago. So the fridge really isn't that bad. It's just some food items that need to go. So I'm just kind of doing it like shelf by shelf. So I'm just pulling out the things that are going to get thrown out, doing a little bit of wipe down. Like I said, it's not too bad, maybe just a couple of sticky spots. And then once I basically sift through what's going, I will put the stuff that is still going to be good back into the fridge. We go through so many eggs in our house, so I took that little carton and then I just basically put whatever eggs were left into this bowl. I should get one of those nice little containers that I've been seeing. I've seen them at like Home Goods and whatnot. There was one that held like a whole bunch of eggs. I really should have grabbed it. I just saw it in the store when we were out of town actually. I think it held like 2 or 3 dozen eggs. I really probably should have gotten that for this fridge, but maybe next time I see it I'll pick it up. I just moved into our room to finish this voiceover because that air conditioner was super loud and then people started coming out onto the terrace and stuff like that. So it's always hard when you're at a hotel. The kids are in the room. I have nowhere to go. There was like the common area, people in there. So I guess I could have went in my vehicle and sat to do the voiceover, but kids are in the gym right now. So they're at the gym, room is empty. I can finally finish the voiceover. Anyhow, I'm still working on this fridge. I opened up this meat that was disgusting. It was lunch meat, but it only lasts like 2 or 3 days. So if it's in there for like 7 days or more, it just gets discolored and gross. And since we're so busy, sometimes it just gets buried in the back and we forget about it. I wish I wouldn't have forgot about it because we totally would have used it, but that just happens sometimes. Here, I'm just starting to sort the recycling that came out of the fridge. There was like some almond milk containers and whatnot that still had some almond milk in it that are just bad now, or it's just not going to last until we get home. So I just emptied that out, rinsed them, put them in recycling bags, and now we have another full load of dishes. Basically, most of this is containers from the fridge, so I'm going to get that all washed too. That way none of that sits in the sink when we're away. Alright, we're making progress. I'm crossing a few things off this list and going to tackle a few more. One of those things was repotting my hydrangea that I got. I absolutely love hydrangeas, especially blue ones. This one is purpley blue. It looks really purple on screen, but in real life it looks a little bit bluer. But I really would love to plant this outside, but I heard that the purpley blue ones don't really do good in our area, and I'm not really good at gardening, so I'm gonna have to do my research, and if I find out that it is probably gonna do okay outside, I probably will replant it outside, but for now I'm just gonna go ahead and repot it into this larger pot. I noticed that it has a little bit of brown around the leaves. I bought it that way, but the new bloom has no brown, so I'm not quite sure why, and I hope that the new blooms don't have the brown on the leaves. So if any of you know anything about hydrangeas and you know why that's happening, please just let me know in the comments below, because I'm kind of new at this and I really want this plant to last because I really love it. And I wasn't quite sure if I had to loosen up the roots at all or if I had to pack the new soil in, but I looked it up online and it said just like take it right out of its original pot and just loosely put in the soil around it. So that's what I did, and then I just added a little bit of water. And since we've been away, I've called twice to my sister to check to make sure that the flower is doing okay and it's being watered and whatnot. So hopefully when I get home, there's some new blooms. I don't know. We'll see. I'll update you guys in my next video how the flower's doing. All right, on to the cooktop. There was a lot of crumbs on here, so I took my vacuum and just vacuumed those up first. That way I don't have to deal with the crumbs getting all wet and nasty, and it's just harder to pick up. So vacuumed it all out. Then I just put some dish soap and really hot water, and then I just started scrubbing. This loosens up all of the gunk that kind of gets soppy and sloppy when it gets wet. Lots of times it's like juices that come out of the saucepan when I'm cooking. So we'll get that all up, and then whatever is like really hardened and stuck to the cooktop, then I'll use my pumice stone for that. So for any of you guys who have a cooktop like mine, the pumice stone has been the best thing to get the stuck on black stuff that nothing else seems to work, and it doesn't scratch your cooktop. So I found that at Walmart, and like I said, that is the best thing to use on my cooktop. And now that the cooktop is all clean, I'm just spraying some stainless steel polish that I had under my kitchen sink, and I'm just gonna go ahead and polish all the knobs. I'm in a little bit of a rush today, so I'm not like taking my time and just going through everything really quick, but still doing a decent job. But like I said, I just have like so many things to get done before we leave, and I just want to get all of it done. Hopefully I can get most of it done, but it was really tricky. I think there was a couple things that I wasn't able to get to, but all the important stuff that I didn't want to leave nasty, I was able to get done. So I'm just taking the grills from the cooktop, putting them in the sink, just going over them with hot soapy water. Normally I would put some oven cleaner on them or really deep clean them, but I just want to get the gunk off of them. The deep cleaning, like the real deep cleaning of the grills, it takes a long time, and I just don't have time for that today. So we're just heading upstairs. I have a lot of laundry to do. Oh my gosh, it looks so disastrous in here. I'm just watching Bridgerton while I am folding this load that I just took out of the dryer. I've got a lot of already folded items that are on the dresser. I still have boxes, you guys, in my bedroom that need to be like unpacked from moving. It's just insane. I can't get to it all and stay on top of like my daily chores at home. It's just crazy. There's always laundry, dishes, cooking, driving kids around, and there's literally boxes that I still have to go through. And there's still our storage unit from literally like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I don't know. We moved in 2019, and there are things in there that I have not seen that I have to go through. So one of these days that video is coming, and hopefully this spring actually this summer, because spring's almost over, because we really want to get rid of that storage unit. It's just like an extra expense that we are paying every month, and like who knows what's even left there. So anyways, right now I'm just switching over laundry. I want to get this all done so I can get our bags packed. We are planning to pack like about 4 or 5 days worth of clothes, and then I'm going to do laundry a couple of times while we're down there. To try and save on expenses, I'm planning on taking my own laundry pods, my scent beads, and my dryer sheets. That way I don't have to buy anything while we're down there. So I'm just packing, I can't even remember what I estimated. I think I took like 10 or 12 dryer pods. I put 2 in each load, and then just a few handfuls of the scent beads. So I should be good to go. I actually just put in our last load of laundry this morning as I'm doing my voiceover. It's literally sitting in front of me. I have to fold it, and I'm out of the dryer pods or washer pods. So hopefully that's it. We are heading home Sunday. Today's Friday. So hopefully that's all the laundry that I'll have to do until we get home. All right, guys, into our pantry. The pantry is looking disastrous right now. This was nice and clean about a month ago, but the kids that use the pantry all the time, they've got their shakers for their shakes and their drinks and their protein shakes for sports and working out and whatnot. So it's kind of gotten out of control, because when I unload out of the dishwasher, lots of times I'll just put it on the counter for them to put away, and sometimes it just doesn't get put away. Anyways, it's chaos in here, so I don't want to leave it like this. I want to make sure it's nice and clean before we leave. This is my bread drawer. There are items in here that are going to have to go in the freezer. We've got crumpets. I don't know if you guys know what crumpets are, but they're kind of like English muffins, but not really. They've got the little bubbles all over the top. I love them toasted with butter and jam. So they were on sale. I bought a boatload of them. So I'm going to throw them in the freezer so they're nice and fresh still when we get home. And then the rest of the bread that is like, you know, not so fresh or getting old, that's going to go in the garbage. And I want to make sure that that gets taken out because it's going to stink up our garage. So I told my sister, make sure you take out the garbage on garbage day because there's going to be a lot of things in there that are going to need to go and not wait until we get back. So anyways, I'm just cleaning off the whole kitchen counter, well, pantry counter. There was like fruit. There's a couple bananas that maybe I could have made banana bread with, but they were kind of getting old. They were tucked in behind the shakers and I didn't see them, so it's just chaos in here. Anyways, getting this all cleaned out. I've got my vacuum, just getting these corners cleaned all along the baseboards. At this point in the morning, it was really early. I think I started cleaning here around like 6 a.m. That's why I've got my house coat and pajamas on. I was so tired still and I was just cozy and comfy, and I really probably should have gotten dressed. Now that I watch it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I look ridiculous in my house coat. But at the time I was just like, okay, well, I want to show you guys the cleaning out of the pantry. That was me packing up the air fryer, by the way. I'm taking that on the trip. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the cleaning of the pantry, but I knew this day was chaos. I was comfortable, so I'm wearing my house coat. So the countertop is now getting nice and cleaned. This area right here that I'm cleaning, this is where we keep a lot of their sports drinks and shaker bottles and whatnot. They have all of that here. Even in this cabinet below, we have more water bottles. A lot of those go into the case and they go to hockey when they go to their games. So that's basically that whole area is their stuff. We've got the Ninja Creamy. They make little protein ice creams and stuff like that. The fruit, and I just took that out so I could wipe down this whole area. And also in the pantry, we do a lot of like our breakfast prep. We have our cereals here, the waffle maker, our little egg maker. We've got our little oatmeal dispenser on the wall, the toaster. So it's nice to have this little area for breakfast. So they've got their breakfast food area plus their little protein shake making area too. So it's a really handy little space for us. All right, in this point in the morning, I need to make a coffee. So I'm just making myself a quick cup of coffee while I finish cleaning out that pantry. I'm also getting Jeff's coffee ready because he is going to go to work for a little bit this morning before we hit the road. This crazy world. I feel like I was never heard. All I wanted was to be loved. What if all right, back in the pantry. I just want to make sure everything is wiped off the counter, all of the crumbs. We still need to put our trim around our windows and our backsplash in here. Now our cabinet maker made the top cabinets a little bit too long. Those are empty protein cases. I don't know what you'd call them, protein jars that the kids went through. That's how much we go through. But anyway, the window trim cannot be done the way the rest of the window trim is done because he went way too long with those upper cabinets. So we're going to have to cut them and get a little bit creative with making it look good. But that's something that we're going to have to do as soon as Jeff has time because I don't know how to do it. And I keep saying I want to try to get these things done too, but I'm also so busy. So one of these days that trim will get done. So I was just washing the floor in the pantry. Now the unfortunate thing is I got the pantry all nice and clean and I forgot to film the final clip to show you guys. So as soon as I get home, I'm going to show you guys how nice and tidy it is. I got busy with packing our kitchen bin for our trip. So I took a big Rubbermaid style bin and I put our air fryer in there, our coffee travel mugs, and some olive oil, salt, pepper. I'll show you guys what I put in there. But I also wanted to get this front area cleaned because there's a lot of sand coming in from our driveway because we still don't have it paved or anything. And this is where all of our luggage is going to start going in a few minutes because the boys are upstairs packing. So I wanted to get all of that sand picked up and the floor washed in this area so it's nice and clean. Then they can start bringing their bags down. Alrighty guys, I just ran upstairs to start doing some packing. I've got some laundry here that came out of the dryer, so picking out what we need to pack. We're starting to get into a time crunch. I've got myself dressed because we have to hit the road soon. I'm packing my extra shoes. That is my travel bag. I've got my toiletries I'm packing up in this bag. I put it in a plastic bag, that way if anything leaks it doesn't get all over everything else. The boys are getting all of their stuff ready. It's kind of starting to turn into chaos in our house because we are starting to run behind and it's time to go. So unfortunately, not everything is going to get perfectly clean, but at least it won't be extremely bad when I get back. I cover the couches because the cats are going to scratch it if I just leave them uncovered. There's a few piles of laundry that need to be folded still. There's that box that still needs to be unpacked. Here's our kitchen bin. I'm packing some plastic plates, forks, knives, salt, pepper, anything that we could really use. You guys have no idea how handy this is for our family. We are able to make some quick and easy meals in the hotel room. I kid you not, we've done a few meals out and it's been like, it literally comes out to like $120 every time we go out to eat. We have 4 boys, they have big appetites, and it is just way too much money to eat every meal out. So this is our kitchen bin. I totally forgot to put the spices down. So I'm like, why is this lid not fitting? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I left the spices like right on top. So those are going down here. I've got the tongs, and we packed Cohen's little weight scale there because he likes to measure out all of his meals because he's really into health and fitness. And here is Jeff pretty much packing up our truck. It's raining too, so it was not so good for us because our cover was not on the back of the truck. All right, fast forward a few hours. I think our drive was like 9 hours or so. We are finally at the hotel. This is what it looks like when we arrive at a hotel. It's like a giant cart. We're heading up to our room. We're going to unpack everything and get comfortable. This is going to be our home for, I think it was 4 nights. So for this part of the trip, we were in Sioux Falls, and I think it's Sioux Falls, South Dakota, right? Yeah, we're not from this area. So I was like, where are we? And I know that like Sioux Falls is like super close to a couple of other states. So our room was at the Hyatt place, and it was so nice here. They had a beautiful room. It was a newer hotel, and it was perfect for our family. We do bring an air mattress. So we basically had 2 queen beds, a pull-out couch, and an air mattress, and that's how we all squeeze into here. So we're just unpacking everything. Chandon already has our bed all set up because at this point it's nighttime and it's almost time for bed. So we're just basically unpacking everything. All of the kids are helping grab their things. They are putting things away in their drawers, and basically this is our lives. We travel a lot. I know I tell you guys often, but in this video I kind of just wanted to give you a little glimpse at what I'm talking about when we do head out of town and what it's like for us traveling as a family of 6. So we are unloading everything. We've got our skate sharpener, all of our luggage, hockey equipment and stuff like that. So we don't travel very lightly. But that is it for this video, you guys. I will post another video in the next couple of days showing you guys the next part of our trip. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure you guys like the video, subscribe. Make sure you guys hit that little notification bell so you guys don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye-bye.